Saturn, which is actually my very favorite planet apart from the other planets, is also that Saturn is feared by most of the people, and my mission in life is to demystify Saturn and also take out the fear, because every planet brings a learning lesson in life, and once learned, actually it bestows us with a lot of abundance and a lot of richness, both in mind, body and soul, materialistically as well as otherwise. So if you want to rise spiritually, it's very important to understand that these planets are always there to support you. They're a support system of the universe. Now, does Sadhe Sati, is that scary? Do people really get affected by it? For your information, there is no mention of the term Sadhe Sati in the classical books of astrology. But yes, there is a mention of bad effects of Saturn transit through the 12th, 1st and 2nd houses from the moon. Now, I'm going to explain step by step. First, let's see what the classic books have stated on effects of Saturn transit through these houses with respect to planet Moon. The first stage states that Saturn in 12th house from Moon causes loss of wealth. Whereas on natal moon it causes health issues and lack of effectiveness in actions or karma. Over the 2nd house from moon it causes loss of wealth again, and same time causes issues in the family. Now if you notice the pattern, it means first you get jobless, then you get sick, and then you lose family and remaining wealth, and this happens over the course of 7.5 year period. So rather than feeling scared about it, it's important for you to start taking precautions. Make sure that you're diligent in your work, make sure that you're disciplined, and make sure that you're determined to walk the correct path. And make sure that your negatives are taken off, because I am not here to tell you your negatives until and unless you've made your natal chart, but I'm definitely here to make you aware that every individual knows where the dark spots are. So if you can budget your finances, if you can make sure that nothing happens on its own. There is always a cause and an effect. So if you're not diligent enough, your due diligence will not cause you the job. But if you're going to be careless in your job, it may cost you your job, and thus the finances, and then the mental stress, etc. So it is like a chain reaction. Now, if the statement is really true, then I don't think one can ever survive the Sadhe Sati. See, at any point in time, there are over 150 million people who are under Sadhe Sati. So when you divide the average world population, then it is around 7 billion. Now divided it by 12 signs, you will get roughly 50 million people in each sign. Now at any point, total 3 signs go under the Sadhe Sati. So I don't think all are experiencing these issues in their lives. So I am going to dig deep and will put information right in front of you. I will be covering all aspects of the 7.5 year period, like the effects, how and when it starts, and most importantly, we will see if the 7.5 year period or Sadhe Sati is really that bad, or is it just a misconception. Same time, you can look at the results of other major transits, because all of them will be having an effect on you in some way or the other and are interrelated with each other. For example, the Jupiter transit that happened in 2019, then the Rahu Ketu transit that is happened in 2019 and forging into 2020, then the Jupiter transit that happened in Sagittarius. Now, how and when the 7.5 year period starts? Now, for any moon sign, it starts when the planet Saturn is in its transit, enters the 12th sign from it. For example, if you have an Aries moon sign, then your Sadhe Sati will start when Saturn will enter the Pisces sign. As you are aware that Saturn stays in one sign for 2.5 years approximately, for you this will be the first phase of Sadhe Sati, which is also known as the rising phase. Then similarly, when Saturn will enter the Aries sign itself, then your second phase of Sadhe Sati will start, which is known as the peak phase. Then the last phase, which is known as the setting phase, will start when Saturn will enter the Taurus sign. Now, with the movement of Saturn in the Gemini sign, this 7.5 year period will come to an end for the Aries moon sign. So, all these cycles take around 7.5 years, and if you are aware of the Vedic terms, then Sade means half and Sati means 7. So, but Sade, the moment we hear Sade, we immediately start fearing, and when we have Sati, we have a different meaning altogether. So just understand, Sadhe Sati means 7.5. So this is how the Sadhe Sati word also came into force. Now, there is a very interesting theory which states that Sadhe Sati starts when the planet Saturn is within 45 degrees from the planet Moon. Similarly, Sadhe Sati will end when Saturn is 45 degrees away from the planet Moon. I don't know how true it is, because when my Sadhe Sati started, I got its effect right away on the very same day, because I could feel my energies throbbing. Before my Sadhe Sati had started, I had vowed that I'll be more disciplined, because I know that I can be indisciplined at times. At times I tend to lose hope, so I need to rededicate myself to whatever things I have chosen. I completely was determined that I'm going to choose or do a profession that I'm passionate about, so that I don't get bored and I do justice to the work that I am getting money from. So similarly, when your Sadhe Sati starts, or when you know through your natal chart that this is your Saturn Mahadasha starting, or this is when your Sadhe Sati is starting, these are the things that you need to do. That is why maintaining a diary of the Mahadashas or maintaining a diary of the Sadhe Sati period is also of paramount importance. That first phase, I recalibrate, redetermine, rededicate myself. Second phase, I start nurturing what I had decided to do in the first phase. Then the third phase, automatically I start getting abundance. I don't fear. I cannot blame it on the Sadhe Sati that my job has gone away. I cannot blame it on Sadhe Sati that my relationships are not working. Because here I am sitting and making you aware the demands or the definition of Saturn. If you just adhere to it, you'll be safeguarding yourself. It's something like you know that there is a big river coming ahead. So either you take a boat to sail across, or you find a bridge. And if you can't find a boat or you can't find a bridge, then you endeavor to build that bridge. Then you endeavor that I need to wade through the river where either it is at its lowest ebb, or I need to make a raft and then sail across. Sail across I must. Because if you stay this side of the shore, then chances are you may lose out on the opportunities that are that side of the shore. So this is a general idea I am giving you. So please don't get misled when sometimes some of the astrologers may just tell you you are in your Sadhe Sati or you are undergoing your Sadhe Sati. Remember, Sadhe Sati means 7.5 year period. Sade means half and Sati means the 7. So in the 7.5 year period, please divide your time 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. With the peak, with the first decan or with the first 2.5 year period, you need to sow your seeds. In the second 2.5 year periods, you need to nurture those seeds, the discipline that you have vowed in the first segment. And in the third season, third session of 2.5, you will reap the benefits of the seeds that you have sown for yourself. So it's basically sowing the seeds of your heart, mind, and your body and soul. So do things which are correct. Do introspection and see that what are the negatives in you which you need to take it out, and what are the things that you need to do so that you can recalibrate, you can redetermine, you can rediscipline yourself in order to make this Sadhe Sati the most wonderful period of your life. And actually, if you are a little bit knowledgeable in astrological sciences, you will see most of the people who have been success in the Sadhe Sati period because they adhered to the discipline.